World War I names. The term First World War was first used in September 1914 by German biologist and philosopher Ernst Haeckel, who claimed that there is no doubt that the course and character of the feared European Wehr will become the First World War in the full sense of the word, citing a wire service report in the Indianapolis Star on September 20, 1914. Prior to World War II, the events of 1914 to 1918 were generally known as the Great War or simply the World War. Contemporary Europeans also referred to it as the War to End War or the War to End All Wars due to their perception of its then unparalleled scale and devastation. After World War II began in 1939, the terms became more standard, with British Empire historians, including Canadians, favoring the First World War and Americans World War I. In October 1914, the Canadian magazine Maclean's wrote, "Some wars name themselves. This is the Great War." However, while certainly accurate in Canada, this was not so even in Britain. Historian John Holland Rose's 1911 account of the 1793 to 1815 wars against France was titled William Pitt in the Great War. This was validated by Gareth Glover's 2015 book, Waterloo and 100 Objects, in which he states, "This opening statement will cause some bewilderment to many who have grown up with the appellation of the Great War firmly applied to the 1914-18 First World War. But to anyone living before 1918, the title of the Great War was applied to the Revolutionary and Napoleonic Wars in which Britain fought France almost continuously for 22 years from 1793 to 1815. In Germany, the Great War was historically used for the 1618 to 1648 30 Years' War, also known as the Great German War or Great Schism. One of the longest and most destructive conflicts in human history, it resulted in 8 million fatalities from military action, violence, famine and plague, the vast majority of them in the German states of the Holy Roman Empire. In terms of proportional German casualties and destruction, it was only surpassed by the period from January to May 1945. Its enduring visibility is partly the result of 19th-century pan-Germanism, as an example of the dangers of a divided Germany and a driver in the 1871 creation of the Deutsches Kaiserreich or German Empire. Regardless of terminology, the 30 Years' War remains the single greatest war trauma in German memory, as demonstrated in debates over naming conventions during the centenary of 1914 to 1918.